Most of you are just guests in your own industry. You sell a product, but you don't own the road it travels on. You're at the mercy of the man who owns the truck, the man who owns the feed, and the man who owns the grid. You aren't an industrialist. You're a customer with a logo. I'm releasing the Verical Integration Map, the diagnostic tool inspired by the Dangote model. We are going to deconstruct your value chain, identify your fragilities, and show you exactly where to build your moat. The masterclass and the integration grid are live. Link in bio. Own the infrastructure. Stop calling yourself a CEO if you are one phone call away from bankruptcy. If your fish larvae supplier doubles his price tomorrow, you're finished. If the organic waste you need for your BSF unit is diverted to a competitor, you're finished. If the sand for your construction site isn't delivered because a third-party trucker went on strike, you're finished. You are living in a state of constant fragility. You've built a brand on a foundation of sand because you don't own the hard assets. You're paying for everyone else's margin, the supplier's margin, the transporter's margin, the middleman's margin, and then you wonder why there's nothing left for you at the end of the month. You are working for them. You are the engine, but they own the fuel. It's time to stop being a guest and start being the infrastructure. Aliko Dangote didn't become the wealthiest man in Africa by just selling cement. He became a titan because he decided to control the raw material to control the market. He didn't just build a factory. He built the power plant to run the factory, the mines to supply the factory, and the fleet of thousands of trucks to deliver the product. In your aquaculture holding, feed represents 60 to 70% of your costs. If you are buying that feed, you are a consumer. If you are producing BSF larvae and termites on site, you have captured the Dangote moat. You have verticalized the most expensive part of your chain. An entrepreneur sells a product. An industrialist owns the road the product travels on. The Verical Integration Map is how you identify those roads and start paving them yourself. Look at your current operation. This is the before state. You are likely in the consumer category for almost every essential input. You buy your larvae, you buy your energy, you buy your logistics. Every time you make a purchase, you are leaking power. Your transformation process, your machine, is probably a black hole of inconsistency. Maybe your fish grow at different rates because the feed quality varies. Maybe your construction projects stall because the transformation step, the mixing, the building, the processing, isn't standardized. You're relying on the instinct of your staff instead of a technical SOP. If your production output isn't identical every single time, you don't have a factory, you have a series of expensive accidents. You are a fragile entity at the mercy of external standards and technical bottlenecks. Now let's visualize the after state. This is alpha status. In this state, you have achieved logistical sovereignty. You don't call a trucking company, you look out the window and see your own fleet. When you produce fish, they reach the client on a 12-meter hybrid boat that you built and you maintain. You have territorial locking. Like Dangote's silos across Nigeria, your sales points are strategically placed to lock out the competition. You have direct access to your end-user data. There is no trader or middleman standing between you and your customer's money. You are the hard sector. You are the infrastructure. When the market fluctuates, you stay steady because your costs are internal. You have moved from being a victim of the flow to being the one who controls the flow. Your integration score is a perfect 10. How do you cross that bridge? You use the integration grid. I want you to mentally map your sectors: agrobusiness, transport, media. For each one, ask, where is my upstream? Where is my midstream? Where is my downstream? The bridge is built through the war chest allocation. You don't reinvest your profit into lifestyle, you reinvest it into steel. Your priority 1 for the next 12 months is to own your most expensive input. If it's feed, you build the BSF unit. Priority 2 is to own the transport vessel. You stop renting, you build. Priority 3 is to standardize the machine. You turn your transformation process into a copy-paste model that can handle 5x the volume. This bridge is a series of strategic acquisitions that move you from consumer to producer. You stop being a guest in the industry, and you start becoming the road itself. By now, the awareness should be sinking in. If you don't own the chain, you don't own the gain. You've seen the Dangote model. You understand that real wealth isn't built in services, but in the hard sectors through total control of the flow. But a map is useless if you don't have the courage to walk the route. I have spent years deconstructing these value chains to build Alpha Holding. I've identified the fragilities in my own aquaculture and transport ventures, and I've used this exact grid to fix them. I've made the vertical integration map and the integration grid available to you. I've uploaded the dynamic spreadsheet, the one that calculates your integration score, to my Patreon. This is the tactical manual for anyone ready to move from entrepreneur to industrialist. I am not interested in helping you sell more products. I am here to help you own the industry. On the Corifea Patreon, you are getting the standard operating procedures, SOPs, for the BSF units, the technical specs for the hybrid vessels, and the war chest allocation formulas that I use every quarter. This is the Alpha Directive. Stop being a consumer of your own business. Identify your biggest dependency today and make it your first target for internalization. Reinvest your next profit into infrastructure, not ego. Stop being a guest. Build the road. Go to the link in my bio. Join the Corifea Inner Circle on Patreon. Download the Vertical Integration Map and start your alpha migration today. The infrastructure is waiting. I am Parfait Eddie, and this is Corifea Strategic. I'll see you on the inside.